Welcome, everyone, to the MTC Bat Mitzvah Ceremony 2024. We had a fantastic Bat Mitzvah program this year with these awesome girls. So these girls joined together with some other girls every couple of weeks for a session where the girls learned a different Jewish topic in a really fun and exciting way. We did some really great activities, we had some crafts, and this was all to teach the girls about different mitzvot, what it means to be a Jew, and what it means to be bat mitzvah. Thinking back to the beginning of the year, you girls, some of the girls didn't know each other, and it was really beautiful to see how the girls made new friendships and bonded over learning and discovering who they are. You girls were excited through the program. Your energy was fantastic. You asked great questions. They asked really good fundamental questions. We had good discussions. These girls are awesome. You should be proud of them. I noticed how they love engaging in their Judaism. These are the girls of our future Jewish nation. They love making challah, lighting Shabbat candles, and there are so many mitzvot that we learned about. It's up to us. It's on us, right? Parents and educators to give the girls opportunities to learn more and to engage and be active in their Judaism. So it's a good time to think about how you and your family, how we can all do more, whether it's Shabbat at home, if you haven't yet done that, candle lighting, charity, challah. I mean, the list goes on. There's plenty. There's something that you would, I'm sure, enjoy with your daughter. So that would be a nice thing to take on for your bat mitzvah girl. You girls, we had a great year, and it was really just so beautiful to watch you girls grow in so many ways. You took on responsibilities. Your commitment to the Torah and the mitzvot is really inspiring. I love how you all have such different and unique personalities, and how you came to the sessions and brought that along with you. It was fun to have everyone together and with all your unique differences, and really every single one of you made it the way that it was. It was really a privilege to teach you girls, and it was so nice to get to know you and to get to know your families, and I really would love to stay in touch. The girls will now present the Bat Mitzvah Club song. Thank you, girls. That was great. Even though the music stopped, you girls sang that beautifully, so thank you. Now we're going to have each girl come up and share an insight on one of the topics that we have learned this year. So we are going to start with Alana. Alana, please come up.
Hello, my name is Alana Benelli, and I go to Edinburgh Elementary School. I chose to speak to you all today about the Neshama, our soul's mission. In Bat Mitzvah group, we have learned that the Neshama's mission is to connect us to God. We also learned to use our gifts and talents for good and think of ways we can help and serve God. One of the skills that I have developed is swimming. I have used my love of swimming to raise money for cancer research at the Montreal Children's Hospital. 2 summers ago, I participated in a swim-a-thon where my friends and family generously donated money for every lap I swam. I swam over 40 laps and ended up raising over $250. At Bat Mitzvah Group, we learned that our natural soul is thinking about what we want and what we can do for ourselves. We learned that there is nothing wrong with this because sometimes we do have to look out for ourselves. Nevertheless, the Neshama's desire is to think about others and what we can do to help the people around us. Last summer, Caden's Lighthouse, a multi-sensory room for everyone, but especially geared towards individuals on the autism spectrum and who are neurodivergent, was flooded and needed extensive repairs. This place is very close to my heart, so I donated some of my own money in order to help Caden's Lighthouse rebuild. My natural soul may have used this money for something I wanted, but instead, my neshama decided it would be better to use this money to not only help Caden's Lighthouse, but the families who depend on it. Each and every one of us in this room are capable of doing great things, and in order for us to better serve God, we should focus on our neshama's mission.
Thank you, Alana. Now, we are going to present Alana, and all the girls are going to get this, a gift. And this gift is on behalf of all the staff and rabbis at the MTC. Come here. So before I give it to you, I actually want to show everyone what's inside the gift bag, okay? So, yeah. Every girl is going to get a Bat Mitzvah certificate. I'm going to take a minute to read what it says, okay? The Montreal Torah Center presents this Bat Mitzvah certificate to Elana Benelli, Eliana, for successfully completing a year at the Bat Mitzvah Club. Mazel tov on your Bat Mitzvah. May you always be a source of nachat and pride to your dear parents and to all the Jewish people. The next thing that each girl will receive will be a leather siddur. And each girl will have their Jewish name embossed on the front. The next item that's in the gift bag is actually something that the girls earned. We had a challenge this year where the girls had to light the Shabbat candles a certain amount of times this year to receive their very own silver candlestick. So that's going to be something else you girls will get. I'll ask you to hold that. And the last thing here is a photo book. This has the most incredible, memorable pictures of our amazing year that we had with you girls. So you can look back and remember what you learned and how much fun we had learning it all. So I'm going to take a moment to read a letter that we've written to you girls, okay? Dear Bat Mitzvah ladies, you started the year as Bat Mitzvah girls. After a full year of discovering your Jewish heritage, learning about the power and responsibilities of a woman, getting in touch with your special neshama, and making new friends, all in such a fun way, you are now ladies. Welcome to the wonderful world of proud Jewish women. Your godly soul is now fully developed, and you're entering a new stage in your life as a Jew. We know you'll do great things, because remember, you've got the power. You know what to do. We love you, and we would love to stay in touch. Love Ita, Daba, and Alta. Thank you, Ilana. You can now return to your seat. Oh. I'd like to now call Sophie.
Hello, my name is Sophie Blauer and I attend JPPS Bialik Elementary. Today I'll be talking about the importance of lighting Shabbat candles. Lighting the Shabbat candles makes me feel connected to my family. I believe the act of lighting candles is not only a mitzvah, but also a way of bringing unity, shalom, bayit within the household. So why do we light Shabbat candles? It is written in Parashat Yitro that Hashem gave us 10 commandments and asked us to remember Shabbat Zachor. In Parashat Va'et Hanan, Moshe repeats the commandments and tells us to keep Shabbat Shamor. Our sages explain that in fact God said both words, Shamor and Zachor, simultaneously to teach us that both are equal parts of the Shabbat commandment. What do these two words mean? Zachor means remember. It represents the things we do in order to make Shabbat special. For example, spending time with my family, making kiddush, eating delicious food, and having oneg, delight and joy, Shamor, represents the things we don't do, like work, cook, shop, and travel. On Shabbat, we light 2 candles. There are many reasons for doing so. As discussed, these 2 candles correspond to the forms of the mitzvah of Shabbat. Zachor and Shamor, also lighting 2 candles, brings peace and tranquility into the home between husband and wife. Another reason for lighting 2 candles is that the word ner, which means candle in Hebrew, has a numerical value of 250, and 2 candles together make 500. According to the Talmud, there is combined total of 500 limbs and organs in a man and woman's body. This signifies the bond between husband and wife. The significance of lighting Shabbat candles differs from one person to the next. For some, it may be a time of reflection, for some a time of connecting to the past, and for some a time of tranquility and peace. Whatever the feeling is, it is a personal one. I will continue the tradition and mitzvah of lighting Shabbat candles in my household, God willing. When lighting candles, I will think of my family, my parents, my siblings, my grandparents, and of course the people of Israel, especially our hostages.
Thank you so much, Sophie. We have a gift for you too. Thank you, well done. We're now going to call up Sophie.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. I am so excited to be here tonight celebrating my bar mitzvah. My name is Sophie Hassan, and I go to JPPS. My Hebrew name is Lina, which means joyful or happy, and can also mean joyful singing. I am definitely not a great singer, but I am, thank God, always happy, and I try to spread my happiness everywhere I go. When I accomplish mitzvot, like lighting Shabbat candles or baking challah, it brings me happiness also. I was named after my great-grandmother on my father's side. She was born in Morocco, and her name was Fleha, which also means joy and happiness in Arabic. My father always tells me that she was a very loving person filled with joy and also loved to bake, just like me. My grandmother tells me that people used to come over to their house all the time just to taste all the yummy baked goods she would make. I try and continue this tradition by going to my grandmother's house and baking with her. Being part of this Bar Mitzvah program has been such an amazing learning experience for me. I learned about many different aspects of what it is to become a Jewish woman, and I had the opportunity to meet many other young women like myself from other schools around Montreal. We did so many fun activities, my favorite of which was going to laser tag and singing Hebrew songs on the bus all together. In conclusion, I think my parents were spot on when they chose my Hebrew name because I think it fits my character perfectly. With everything that's going on in the world today, especially in Israel, we can definitely use more joy and happiness. Thank you, Shabbat Shalom, and Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you. Come, Sophie, we're gonna. We're gonna now call up Haley.
Hi, my name is Haley or Chaya. I attend JPS. The topic I've chosen for my bat mitzvah speech is challah. The word challah comes from the word chol, which means ordinary. The message of this mitzvah is that God has entrusted us with the mission to transform and elevate the ordinary into holy. However, on a regular basis, we eat bread. It is readily available in grocery stores and is a part of our daily substance. Therefore, it is not special, but instead rather ordinary. However, when we make it an integral part of our Shabbat and our holidays, it now assumes a special spiritual significance. Therefore, Challah teaches us the importance of elevating our material needs and making them spiritual too by using them in a holy way. During Passover, I was reminded that when the Jewish people fled from Egypt, they wandered in the desert for 40 years. They did not have any food and would rely on manna that was provided by God. Manna was said to taste like anything you wanted it to. It fell from heaven and was protected by a layer of dew above and below it. On Fridays, God would send a double portion of manna for the Jews to collect as they cannot work on Shabbat. This is an example of how God gave them what they needed for them and their families to survive. This double portion of manna is behind the significance of 2 braided loaves of bread we have on our Shabbat and Yom Tov tables, and the double layer of dew is signified by the use of challah board and cover. On a personal note, I've also taken part in several challah bakes at school and at MTC. These challah bakes are enjoyable, but also offer a unique opportunity to ask God for whatever you may need, such as a refuah shlema for someone who is ill. At a challah bake, we separate a piece of dough and make a special blessing on it to acknowledge that all of our food comes from God and is a gift. Challah is also a special part of our family Shabbat dinners. It has been a family tradition that I look forward to sharing with my children one day.
Thank you so much. I'd like to now call up Maya.
For my speech, I decided to talk about our neshama. Our neshama is our soul. Our souls are the blueprint or essence of our being. They define who we are, how we think, how we feel, and subsequently motivate how we behave. In our Bat Mitzvah group, we learned about how each and every one of us is born with 2 souls, a godly soul and an animal soul. The animal soul is primitive. It is what gives life to our physical body. It drives us through instinct and temptation to act for survival and pleasure. It can be impulsive and oftentimes selfish. Our godly soul, by contrast, drives us to behave in accordance with God's will. Ita taught us that this soul only peaks through our consciousness or awareness upon the age of maturity, otherwise known as becoming a bar bat mitzvah. It is both selfless and spiritual. This soul seeks the objective in truth and how Hashem wants us to be in act. Our animal soul, which seeks to fulfill our wants and needs in a material world, with the emphasis on oneself and the desire to achieve what it is and what they want or need. It is not necessarily a bad thing. However, it isn't enough to make the world go round. We cannot simply live for ourselves, seeking to fulfill only our own needs. The Torah teaches us that we must share our good fortune and look out for others, especially vulnerable members of our community. My parents have always encouraged me from a very young age to recognize our blessings and to use our good fortune to look out for others. One of my favorite ways to do this is how we celebrate simchas or business ideas, by sharing gifts and proceeds with those less fortunate. I believe this is ultimately how my godly soul reveals itself and coexists with my animal soul. While the animal soul energizes our body, our godly soul or divine soul guides us to act in ways that will elevate and help achieve the sweetest, most fruitful, and fulfilling type of existence. Although our two souls can be at odds with each other, they can and should complement one another. Both souls play a most important role in our lives. Without one, we could not survive physically, and without the other, we could not live lives of meaning and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to now call up Julia.
A central theme in the practice of Judaism is the concept of tikkun olam, which translates as repairing the world. Tzedakah is viewed as a means of actively participating in the ongoing process of making the world a better and more just place. Last year, my class participated in the NORA project, whose mission it is to promote disability inclusion by empowering educators and engaging students and communities. My class had the opportunity to interact with children our age that have disabilities. It was a rewarding experience that helped me understand the challenges that different children face. Additionally, charity fosters a sense of community and solidarity among Jews. It strengthens bonds between individuals and reinforces the idea that all members of the community share a responsibility to support one another and contribute to the well-being of a society as a whole. In fact, the correct translation of the word tzedakah is not charity, but an ethical and proper act. This conception of giving acknowledges that all that we have is a gift from God. It's not ours. We have no entitlement. We're custodians and trustees of the Creator's bounty. So when we give to others, we are acting as God's distributor and simply being honest and ethical. The Jewish community in Montreal is very special and often comes together to support those in need around the world. My school, JBPS, takes part in many of these initiatives. We have participated in Feed the Truck, Chai Lifeline, packed up foods for Mada, donated clothing to Ukrainian refugees, and many other initiatives to help people in Israel. I believe that helping out with these causes teaches us to be caring, empathetic, and well-rounded human beings. These values are just as important as learning math and science. Furthermore, engaging in acts of tzedakah cultivates spiritual growth and deepens one's connection to God. As mentioned, charity in Judaism is not a philanthropic gesture, but a fundamental expression of faith values, playing a vital role in shaping Jewish identity and fostering a sense of social responsibility and compassion with the community. I am very proud to be a part of this charitable Jewish community and will continue to take part in these special causes. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. This is for you. I'm going to do a picture. Excellent. Please come up, Ella.
Good evening, friends and family. My name is Ella Schnitzer. I go to JPPS, and I chose the Women of Tanakh as my topic for this ceremony. I chose to focus my learning on Miriam. Miriam, daughter of Amram and Yochebed, older sister of Moses and Aaron, was known to be a prophetess. She was one of the 7 major female prophets of Israel. Now, Miriam might not be as famous as some other characters, but she's definitely someone we can learn a lot from. Miriam was a brave and strong girl, just like many of us here today. She lived in ancient times when the Israelites were slaves in Egypt, but Miriam didn't let fear hold her back. She had a big heart and a lot of courage. One of the most amazing things about Miriam is how she helped her baby brother Moses. When he was born, the Pharaoh ordered that all Hebrew baby boys should be thrown into the Nile River. Can you imagine how scary that must have been? But Miriam didn't give up. She came up with a plan to save her brother. She placed baby Moses in a basket and floated him down the river. And guess what? Her plan worked. Moses was found by the Pharaoh's daughter and raised as her own son. Miriam's quick thinking and love for her brother saved his life. But that's not all. Miriam was also a leader. When the Israelites escaped from Egypt, she led them in singing and dancing to celebrate their freedom. She used her voice to inspire others and spread joy wherever she went. Miriam teaches us that no matter how young or small we might feel, we can still make a big difference in the world. We can stand up for what's right, help those in need, and lead by example. So let's remember Miriam's bravery and kindness. Let's be like her, using our strength to make the world a better place for everyone. Because just like Miriam, we all have the power to change lives and make history. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Well done, Ella. Thank you. I'm going to now call up Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma Slack and I'm in grade 6 at JPPS. Today I'm going to speak to you about kashrut. Kashrut is a set of rules that people follow when it comes to food. These rules have been around for thousands of years, and they are about making sure our food is prepared and eaten in a special way. Keeping kosher is a mitzvah from God. Keeping kosher is the way in which we bring godliness into our lives and into the food we eat. So what foods are kosher? Some animals are okay for us to eat, like cows and chickens, but they have to be prepared in a certain way so that they don't suffer whatsoever. There are other animals that are just not kosher at all, like pigs and shellfish. But the laws of kashrut aren't just about animals. They also say how food should be prepared. For example, we can't mix meat and dairy together. And when we do eat meat, it has to be from animals that are treated really well and killed in a special humane way. You might be wondering, why do we follow all of these rules? There are a few reasons. First, it helps us feel connected to our ancestors and our religion. Plus, following kashrut rules teaches us about self-control and discipline. More importantly, since the laws of kashrut come from God, following these laws connects us to God and brings God into our daily lives. I live in a kosher home, yet I have always had the choice to keep kosher or not. I choose to keep kosher. For me, by keeping kosher, I always remember that I am Jewish and I am making Jewish choices when I choose what to eat. It also makes me feel like I am respecting my religion as much as I could. Not all Jews choose to keep kosher, but it is important to me. I hope you now understand that kashrut isn't just about what we eat. It's about tradition, respect, God, and living a mindful life as a Jew. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Now I'm going to call up Brooke.
Hello everyone, my name is Brooke and my Hebrew name is Bracha. I go to JBPS Bialik and today I will be talking about honoring our parents. In the Jewish religion, honoring parents is one of the most important commandments. As it says in the Ten Commandments, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. From the moment we are born, our parents assume the responsibility of nurturing, protecting, and guiding us through life's challenges. They sacrifice their time, energy, and resources to ensure our well-being and success, often putting our needs above their own. As we grow older, we begin to recognize the countless sacrifices they made on our behalf, from sleepless nights tending to our needs as infants to support they provide us during our growth. Honoring our parents is an acknowledgement of the wisdom and knowledge they possess. Through their experiences, the impact valuable lessons and insights that shape our character. In essence, honoring our parents is a reflection of our own character and values, a testament to the depth of our humanity and our capacity for empathy. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Brooke. I'm going to now call Maya. Please come up.
This is my speech. Inner Outer Beauty. My name is Maya. I am a student at Royal Vale School. Today I wanted to talk about inner outer beauty. I chose this topic because I think that it's very important that every person feels confident with who they are. Let's start with inner beauty. Inner beauty is very important. It is what defines who you are as a person. It's your neshama that guides you for these good choices and positive decisions. For example, tzedakah, donating to charity, and other mitzvahs. Now, outer beauty. Outer beauty can be very enticing with everything around us. I believe that it's true that inner beauty should be our focus. I also feel that it is important that we care for our outside. Exercise, be well, put together, and take care of our outer self that carries our neshama. It is, after all, what society sees first, and if we ignore our outside, we may experience an impact on the inside. It is important to take care of yourself and grow your inner beauty through acts of kindness and compassion so you can feel good on the inside and out. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you. And we're going to now call up Emma. Please come up.
Shabbat Shalom and good evening, friends and family. My name is Emma Cohn and I go to JPPS. Shabbat Shalom and good evening, friends and family. My name is Emma Cohn and I go to JPPS. Today, as I stand before you as a bat mitzvah, I am filled with gratitude for the opportunity to celebrate this important milestone in my life. One of the most valuable lessons I have learned on this journey is the importance of Torah study. The Torah is the heart and soul of our Jewish tradition, containing divine wisdoms and teachings that have guided our people for generations. God's gift of the Torah is the foundation of Judaism, containing the teachings and commandments that guide us in our daily lives. The stories and teachings within the Torah have inspired me to be a better person and strive for righteousness in all that I do. Torah study is not just about memorizing verses or laws, but about engaging in a lifelong process of learning, questioning, and growth, which helps us apply to our everyday life. I believe that through Torah study, we can gain wisdom, strength, and a deeper connection to our faith and our heritage. One of my favorite quotes from the Torah comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 13 to 18. Happy is the person who finds wisdom, the person who gains understanding. For wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is the tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. This quote reminds us of the importance of seeking wisdom and understanding through Torah study. It challenges us to continuously learn, grow, and deepen our connection to our faith and our heritage. The Torah is not just a book of laws or commandments, but a guide for how to live a meaningful and purposeful and fulfilling life. As I continue on my journey of Torah study, I am inspired by the stories of our ancestors, the lessons of our sages, and the wisdom of our tradition. I am excited to continue delving into the rich teachings of the Torah and applying them to my life, my community, and the world around me. I am grateful for the opportunity to learn from my teachers and my mentors, my Bat Mitzvah Club at MTC, and loved ones who have guided me on this path of Torah study. I am excited to continue on this journey of learning and discovery, and I am grateful for the support and encouragement of all of you who are here today. As I stand here today, I am filled with gratitude for the gift of Torah study and the opportunity to deepen my connection to our heritage and our faith. May we all be blessed with the wisdom, strength, and inspiration that comes from the Torah. Shabbat Shalom and thank you.
Can we get a bit of a louder clap? That's it. You girls were awesome. You spoke so beautifully. Thank you for sharing. I think we all have we got little insights into our lessons that we learned. Thank you for all your words. You all did great. And I want to just remind you actually, something that we learned is that you all have a part of Hashem in you. And that is what gives you value, worthiness, respect. So you have the confidence. Believe in yourself. You girls have the ability to choose the right thing. Well done. Now I'm going to please ask the rabbi to say a few words.
Thank you, girls. That was so inspiring. What's the difference between, the real difference, between boys and girls, men and women? Here it is. Guys do. Girls are. So guys will bond typically by a shared activity. They'll do something. Guys will go on a fishing trip, spend 5 hours together, tremendous bond formed, not a personal word shared. It's a shared activity. Girls share each other. Women are, men do. Who decides if you're Jewish or not? Mom. If mommy is Jewish, you're Jewish. Dad provides the uniform. Okay, I'm Jewish, so what am I going to do about it? It's about function, direction. For guys, it's about getting the puck in the net. For the girls, it's about spending time together and playing the game. No? Are the rules that significant in the details? It's time spent. So are we Jewish or not Jewish? What are we? Not what do we do, but what are we? That's defined by our mother. That's what women are. They are Jewish. Guys do Jewish. So I want to tell you, friends, and I'm sure this is not lost on anybody. We're living in unprecedented times. Certainly times that nobody could have foretold a few months ago. What's the world telling us? And from the strangest places of all things, the ivory towers of academia where everybody is supposed to be equal. These are the bastions of liberalism, are they not? And from there we're told, Jew, you're different. The rules that apply to the rest of the world don't apply to you. The soil, friends, we're sitting on, this isn't Canada. This belongs to the First Nations. It's theirs. Surprise, surprise, there isn't a country in the world, friends. There's no state, there's no government, there's not one society in the world anywhere that isn't there because they conquered somebody else. But that's international law. It's sovereign, it's recognized, it's legitimate, rightly or wrongly. Doesn't apply to us, does it? You know what else the world is saying? They look in our eyes and they say, you've got designs on us. You want something from us. People believe that there's a Jewish conspiracy to control the world. Educated people in the billions, friends. We control the media, Hollywood, the US government. It's all part of the secret agenda to control the world. They see we have designs. We want something from them. So it's time to fess up. You know how you win an argument? How you really win an argument is when you validate what the other person is saying. Otherwise, it's a temporary victory till the counter argument or the bigger gun. But if you validate, you're right. Conflict's over. We're different? Yeah. We're Jewish. We're Jewish. And we all share this incredible bond that transcends culture, color, religion, politics. Jews argue about everything. And yet we have this connection that the world finds insidious because we deny it. But if we embrace it, okay, you're right. And finally, see, they're seeing the feminine. We are Jewish. That's what they're seeing. What about doing? They don't care if we do or we don't do. You are. And the other thing, friends, designs on the world, we want something from you, we do. Not your daughters, your sons, or your money. He wants you to live a godly life. He wants you to know you're made in the image of God. And I must say this now, friends, because it has to be said. Our message to the world, chosen people, means not that God chose the Jews and rejected everybody else. That's nonsense. We're all God's creations. You know what chosen means? Chosen to be responsible. Chosen for a mission. Here's our mission in a word. Christianity and Islam, it's all rooted in the Torah. By their own admission, we are the roots. They can't contradict a single word of our Torah because they believe it comes from our Torah. Great. So here's the message. To Christianity, the body is not the enemy. We're not born in sin. It isn't about resisting the body and sensual pleasures and earning a place in heaven. It's about heaven on earth. God wants a relationship with you, soul in a body. And each human being is made in the image of God. And the message to Islam is the body is not dispensable. It's not your ticket out in heaven and hell. So let's get the record straight. It isn't about dying for Allah. It's about living for Allah. It's about the here and now. That every human being is made in the image of God. Every human being is. We're fundamentally feminine, friends. The fetus is female at conception. It's only later that the male chromosomes emerge. That's because being comes before performance. A human being, the Jew, the human being, all of humanity, made in the image of God, infinitely precious. And God wants a relationship with you and me here in this world. This is our critical message the world is starving to hear. Our export must be sanctity, holiness, mission, and purpose, all the things the children spoke so beautifully about. I debated whether to play this or not, but you can see it later yourself. How long is the clip, Velvel? It's a minute or two. It's in a moment. Okay, we'll play it. Last week, many of you know this, there was a visitor to Montreal. She spoke at Federation last Thursday night. Her name is Moran Stella Yanai. She turned up here last week in the afternoon with Meg, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and, well, friends, Moran spent 54 days in captivity in Gaza. They thought she was a soldier, so she was subject to special treatment. Somebody brought her here, and we spent an intense hour together. I just got off the phone with her now. She's in Connecticut. She's doing the rounds, speaking, as it turns out, to many Chabad houses around the country. She's got a message I'm going to play in a moment. She embodies being Jewish, soul, image of God in an extraordinary way. Sitting with her, I was facing the greatest light in this greatest darkness. I want you to hear her words. All right, let's play it. It's a couple of minutes. Last week, here in MTC upstairs. Velvo, okay, skip it. It's the email we sent out just an hour ago. I mean, this morning. All right, friends. Unless we get in the next few seconds, we'll pass. Okay. Her message basically was that they just discovered last week a girl they thought had survived, and she'd been murdered on October 7th. The mother, her name is Amit Buskila. I hope you all know her name. So Amit's mother, which she was conveying the message, was pleading to all of you, especially girls and women, to light Shabbat candles and observe Shabbat to the best as you can for the elevation of her daughter's soul. That was her message, in a way that only she could say it. But I want to tell you guys, don't feel left out. Guys have to do stuff too. So before you leave, and we're going to end with a short prayer, just one line together. We're not going to play it, doesn't matter. I'm going to ask all the fellas here, if you haven't put on film this morning, it takes 30 seconds, I'll do it with you. Let's say a prayer for the hostages, for our soldiers, for complete and decisive victory. And now I would ask you all, please repeat after me a prayer for safety and security. It's from the book of Psalms. Please, everybody, repeat after me. Ach tzadikim yodu lishmecha yeshvu yesharim et panecha. Mazel tov, girls, you are wonderful. Go from strength to strength. Great pride and nachas to your parents, grandparents, uncles and aunts and friends, and all Klal Yisrael, all the Jewish people. May we merit, without a delay, the fulfillment of our fervent desire that's driven us as a people for thousands of years We don't accept suffering, injustice, or even death. We don't believe in it. It's temporary, to be conquered and transformed. Redemption, peace on earth, every human being, without exception, celebrating his or her divine image in a relationship with God that is joyous, celebratory, and forever. May we merit that day without delay. Amen. Thank you all so much.
Hi, my name is Emma. I'm 12 years old and I go to JPPS. My favorite activity was making the tzedakah box.
I'm Kira, and my favorite part of Bat Mitzvah Club is meeting new friends.
My favorite part of Bat Mitzvah is like how there's different themes and it's so fun.
My favorite thing about Bat Mitzvah Club, I get to make new friends that I don't get to see at school but get to see at BMC.
How the teachers make every class like so fun.
One of my favorite memories was making tie-dye shirts. Tie-dyeing the sweatshirt, which I'm wearing right now. My favorite memory from Bat Mitzvah Club, making pickles. Making the pickles. Making pickles. Making the pickles. Making pickles with the Bat Mitzvah Club.
I like learning about godly souls, about the souls in BMC.
My name is Maya. My favorite thing I did in Bat Mitzvah group is making candles.
My favorite moment at BMC was when we did the fashion show after doing our inner outer beauty lesson.
My name is Ella Schnitzer.
My name is Julie Corey.
And my favorite memory from MTC was doing the challah bake with my mom.
My favorite part of Bat Mitzvah Club was the challah.
During our sessions, we're all around the table and we're all like laughing and having fun with each other, and it's just really fun.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to do a candle lighting, but before we do that, I'd like to just take the moment to thank our staff here at the MTC. I'd like to thank the rabbis, the incredible team that we have, all the Rebbitzins, and our office staff. I want to give a special thank you to Velvel. Thank you, Velvel. This entire event and all our programs that we did throughout the year couldn't have happened without Velvel. So thank you. I'd also like to thank Zeldy Treidel. Zeldy Treidel has helped me develop this program into what it is today. So a big thank you to Zeldy. I'd like to give a thank you to Chani Tadelbaum. It's possible that you were in touch with Chani. Without Chani, again, this program wouldn't have been the same. She helps with almost everything from online forms, graphic designs, printing, literally everything and anything I need, she happily and readily will help me. So, honey, big thank you to you. Big clap. I'd also like to thank our amazing teachers this year. Dava, I have a gift for you, hold on. Thank you. Alta had to leave a little early, but Alta and Daba were the most amazing bat mitzvah teachers this year, and honestly, the fun and the excitement and all the details really go thanks to Daba and Alta, and the girls love them. Thank you for all your hard work, and And I'm going to tell you that Daba was one of my first bat mitzvah students. So it was just so nice to be able to have her come and share what she had learned and pass it on to the girls this year. So thank you, Daba. I'd also like to thank my husband with his support and encouragement. I couldn't have done it without that. And my adorable 6 boys that allow me to leave the house in the evenings to teach you girls. So thank you. Thanks to them. Girls, that was wonderful. Well done. And a big mazel tov to you all. Now we're going to, I think we should sing for our bat mitzvah girls. Mazel tov. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to do something for all the women and girls. I'm going to ask the bat mitzvah girls, not just yet, when I tell you, you're going to join your families. Every family should have at least one tray, maybe 2 or 3, where you'll find Shabbat candles, you'll find the blessing, matches, everything that you need, as well as a charity box and tzedakah coins. So, listen up to what you're going to do. Everyone, men, women, and children, will put a coin into the charity box, into the tzedakah box. Then, women and girls are going to light the Shabbat candles. I'm going to ask all the bat mitzvah girls to join their families, but then come up once you've lit, because they're going to lead everyone in the blessing together. Now, I'm sure our girls know already because we learned about this in bat mitzvah class. When we light Shabbat candles, it's a really special time to be able to talk to God, pray. It's a time to stop and pause and think about your week and think about the week to come. And it's a good time to ask for those that need a healing, for those that need perhaps some help in their livelihood. Everyone could use a prayer for another. So take the moment after we light the Shabbat candles to think about someone else. And you can also take the time for yourself to connect to our God. He wants to hear from us. He wants us to connect with him. So everyone can now come around together with their family, and we can now begin to light the Shabbat candles. there's a little tray with some water that you can put your match on. Okay, important. Please, please remember, when you're lighting the Shabbat candles, have in mind that you're going to accept Shabbat before sundown, okay? So we can light now, but have in mind that we're going to accept Shabbat before sundown, okay? Now, if you've lit, Bat Mitzvah girls, if you've lit, please come to the front where I'm standing, because we're going to lead everyone in the blessing. Bat Mitzvah girls, when you're done lighting, please come up. Okay, family and friends, please please give your attention to our Bat Mitzvah girls. They are going to say the blessing together. They're going to lead all the women and girls, so please repeat after them. Please take a moment to think and pray.